He has left 10 pins and 12 strikes for the kid from Cincinnati as he defeated Healy 236 to 217 in that last match. Himmler gets that 10-pin wiggle, wobble, but it won't fall down. So Brian Himmler averaging 219 on the tour this year. Pick up another ball and go straight at the 10-pin.
Well, I go away for a couple of minutes and they leave another 10-pin.
There's a nice look at that Brunswick gold pin that we use out here on tour. And picks it up. So now we're going to get a look at Robert Smith, 6 feet, 220 pounds, just 24 years old. And he can twist it up a little bit, Marshall.
This young man is mega strong, and you're going to get a treat watching him throw the ball tonight. If you think Himmler throws with a lot of power, take a look at this.
Didn't quite come up, leaving the 2-8. He stands way back. Gets that up.
Similar to what Himmler does, gets himself left on the lane, on the approach, makes sure that he has his shoulders open at the line, and that enables him to throw the ball out to the right and hook it back. Now, this right-hand lane has not been coming back quite as strong as the left-hand lane. It also hasn't been carrying as good. And right now, with the 2-pin and the 8-pin, very important to get the ball hooked back into that spare. He makes it without any problem.
So Smith, he has won 3 regional titles. He was a member of Team USA in 1994 and 95, so he is certainly bold under intense competition.
He has. You see him by position, started out a little slow and then made a big charge. Ends up qualifying second.
Was first for a short time, so Robert Smith up in the second frame. He too looking for his first PBA win.
And had the high average on this pair, 242. Used a lot of those strikes to get there.
That was powerful.
Take a look at Robert Smith and watch how high the backswing and really unloads in the bottom of the swing. A lot of strength.
Himmler will try to answer. He does just that. So we are even. Both players with spares. In the first and a strike in the second. Himmler appears to be gaining confidence. That first match certainly left a lot of corner pins and got by him, little Monticelli. Then he comes through with a big win over Patrick Healy Jr. That'll do it for you. You get a couple games under your belt.
Oh, it helps. It helps a lot. He's already into this game, and although he leaves the 3, the 6, the 9, and the 10, a very difficult spare. We'll take a look at the balls. It cuts right through the heart, leaving the 3, the 6, the 9, and the 10, and this is a spare that's very difficult, and he will not throw hard and straight at this. I do not believe. You need to have a little bit of power on the ball to make sure you can hook it back to get the sleeper 9-pin. A very difficult spare for Brian.
Just like you drew it up, able to convert the difficult spare. Got a couple of kids out there. Himmler 25 and Robert Smith 24 in the semifinal match.
And he makes a very good shot. You'll see he swings the ball from inside around the 5th arrow. It goes out to about the 6th board, hooks back, makes a perfect shot. And believe me, he is relieved. That's the word that would describe how he feels right now.
Robert Smith, boy, he was blistered this TV player. 242 average.
Yeah, can he make the right adjustment on 16 to get the ball into the pocket? Oh, boy, he makes a nice shot, but leaves another 10-pin. First one for Robert Smith. As we take a look at another Dexter footwork of the pros, he starts the ball low in his stance. 4 slow, short, deliberate steps, building towards a strong leverage position. Very, very strong, and the power certainly shows in the ball he throws. And that's another Dexter footwork of the pros.
So Robert Smith picks up the spare in the 3rd frame. This event marks Brunswick's 5th sponsorship of our PBA event this year. Boy, next year, Brunswick Long Island Open going to move the PBA Tours to the spring schedule next year, and PBA Tour right now finalizing plans to create the first outdoor championship round in New York City at Bryant Park, and I think that is fabulous. Outdoor bowling.
It's going to be a lot of fun. There is going to be some kind of a tinted roof for us because just in case it rains, that's not good for the lanes. As you can see, lane 15, the one that hooks back easier. Certainly Robert Smith makes a great shot on it. Now he needs to try and figure out how to get that darn lane 16. And
this match is all even as Himmler steps up on the approach in the fourth frame.
And Himmler's going to have to finish on lane 16. Robert Smith gave him that job as he strikes. Now he struck both times on what I consider to be the tough lane. Now he's having trouble on the easier lane. And take a look at the pins. Really, really just a strong release, and the ball goes through them very, very well. Solid reaction by a solid shot.
Crowd, again, able to chant, able to cheer as the player gets up.
For a 10-pin lead.
Oh, and now the 10-pin's coming out. So Himmler with a double, and Robert Smith finds himself 10 in arrears here in the semifinal match. The winner gets to take on the Tour's top player in Walter Ray Williams Jr.
That ball started inside the fourth arrow, went across the 22 board at the arrows, and then made a hard charge back into the pocket for the strike. And even though Himmler hasn't been on tour for many years himself, certainly the veteran player between the two. Will it fall? Oh.
Now, that 10.
All week.
Smith now in disbelief.
All week.
Because when you throw that much ball, hit the pocket, does it all go down?
Well, you expect it to, and watch the head pin go to the sideboard and then just fly across. Unfortunately, it goes in front of the 10-pin, and it'll be another 10-pin spare for Robert Smith.
This is his second TV appearance of 98, finished fourth in the AC Delta Classic, as he picks up the 10-pin, but he has gone spare strike, spare. You said he's going to have to figure out that lane if he's going to win the match.
Yeah, he's made two good shots in the third and the fifth frame, but unable to get 10 pins to fall down. And I'm not exactly sure what kind of an adjustment he'll make. You know, he's a power player, so sometimes, you know, you just want to go with your strength and just try and overpower the lanes and try and overpower the pins. We'll have to wait and see.
A couple of 300 games this week, Joe Furbo and Jeff Safino. Smith up in the sixth frame.
Really launched that ball way, way right. There's the messenger. Just went out. Where were you last frame?
First one all week, you said?
First one all week. I find that hard to believe with that ball.
About time.
So Smith comes through with a strike in the sixth frame, and he right now trails Brian Himmler here in the semifinal match of the Brunswick Long Island BBA Open.
Yep. Well, if he says so.
But he is back in the match as Brian Himmler now up in the sixth frame, working on a double.
With a 10-pin lead to take it to 20. Going straighter on that lane and comes in just a little high, leaves the 4-pin. A little disappointed, but hang in there, Brian. You've still got a 9-pin lead, and you're bowling against a rookie, so
you talk about
not a bad position.
Demanding lane conditions, and certainly the shot makers come out like we have 5 tonight, and the guy on top can make all the shots in Walter Ray Williams Jr. So you got to pick up your spares and not make a real bad mistake.
Yeah, just keep, you know, especially when you've got the lead, you know, keep the ball in the pocket, give yourself the opportunity to strike. You know, that was not a bad shot that Brian threw. It just came in just a little bit high. Very few 4-pins tripped, and not a lot of half-10s kicked out in this very, very demanding condition as far as the carry is concerned. Getting to the pocket, that's not really the tough part. The tough part is trying to figure out what kind of ball, what kind of release to knock them all down.
I think he found it, at least on that shot. Brian Himmler, big strike in the seventh. And with the power players, Marshall, certainly they can punch a few big holes at times.
Well, they can, but this will be nothing but a perfect shot. Watch as it drifts out around the 10th board, then starts hooking back, holds pocket, and it's 10 in the pit for Brian Himmler as Robert Smith trying for his first double of the match to give him a 1-pin lead. Yeah! Take a look at that power, Phil.
That is sweet. Oh, beautiful shot by Robert Smith. the rookie.
We'll take a look and see what Robert Smith's ball can do to those pins. Shake, rattle, and gone.
Those pins, what are they, 2 pounds almost? They just flying around there, those Brunswick gold pins.
Great reaction from Robert Smith bowling against the 3-pound, 10-ounce Brunswick Pro pins.
A little bit heavier than the regular pins. So Robert Smith now up in the 8th.
Another strike for Robert Smith as something fell off of Robert. I don't know, a little piece of tape or...
I don't need that in my glove anymore.
We take a look at Robert Smith. This is coming right into your living room. He's way, way inside on the lane, throws the ball far out to the right, hooks it back in, and just barely holds the pocket. That ball was coming in just a little bit too high, but it hung in there, and now he's got an 11-pin lead. Brian Himmler to try and make it a 1-pin lead.
Oh, 10-pin. So that's his second 10-pin of this match, and we've seen a few of those throughout the 2+ games. So Brian Himmler's got to pick this up, and then he's got the 9th and 10th.
Now we've seen 3 handfuls of 10 pins, 15 so far on our telecast tonight, and that's so disheartening for a pro to get up there and make the good shot and be left with that ring and 10 staring at you. He knows he made a good shot, but right now, put that behind you, Brian, and try and get this strike to set up your 10th frame by striking in the 9th.
So Himmler trails by 11. He's cashed in 15 of the 20 tournaments he's bowled in this year. Very consistent player out here. In the 9th frame. Here it comes.
Oh, another solid 10 for Himmler.
Boy.
I know what he's thinking. He's thinking, what have I got to do? Because he's making the shots that he wants. You know, when you leave the half pocket 10, you know, you can rationalize, okay, that ball didn't quite get up to pocket. I can see where I should have left it. But the solid 10s are the ones that really drive the players kind of wacko sometimes.
Picks up the 10-pin, and I would think it's tough to make an adjustment when you're always in the pocket.
Well, it is tough to make the adjustment when you're leaving solid 10s, but I'll tell you, in today's game with reactive resin bowling balls, you have to. You've got to, you know, you can move yourself up a little bit on the approach, or move yourself back a little bit more on the approach to give the ball a chance to hook a little higher in the pocket, slow your speed down. A lot of small adjustments that can be made, because Robert Smith really has things going his way right now with a strike here, 22-pin lead.
Robert Smith.
See any determination on that face? Let's take a look. Robert Smith coming at you with that great delivery and real strong roll. Gets back into the pocket. Just needs a mark to win this match.
We'll take on Walter Ray Williams Jr. as Smith now up on the approach. Possible 250 for Smith. These guys don't bowl like rookies.
No, not at all.
That's it.
There's your winner right there, Robert Smith.
With a powerful shot. And now he has 5 in a row and shuts out Brian Himmler. And it's going to be Robert Smith going up against Walter Ray Williams Jr. And I find this statistic fascinating. Before tonight's telecast, games bowled on TV, Walter Ray and Amleto combined 302 games. Himmler, Healy, and Smith, 15.
A little experience to Mr. Williams.
So Walter Ray, 178 games by himself on television, and we'll see Walter Ray coming up here in just a few moments. But Robert Smith is going to move on now and try to win his very first PDA title here in the Brunswick Long Island Open. It's